This episode of Evolutions is brought to you by the letter U, because you all gave me some great ideas for Pokemon to evolve. New cross-gen Evos are so exciting. Paldea brought us some real amazing ones. We got Clodsire, Farigiraf, and even we knocked off a monkey permanently because he was so mad. Not to mention King Gambit. I mean, I'm a little mad that it scoots about like this. Still, I wanted to do some Evos of my own. Quite a few here are some of my favourite Pokemon, or up there. And then there's Luvdisc, so let's start with them. If you're ancient like me, you remember when Black and White wasn't out yet, but we got leaks that were like legally distinct knockoffs of the Pokemon. I mean, look at Bug Shogun Haxorus. But we also got this. This was Alomomola and a bunch of other Pokemon, including Chimecho. Huh, interesting. But anyway, everyone jumped at the chance for a new Luvdisc Evo because boy did it need it. But of course it wasn't, and now we're all here sad and confused, Game Freak. Well, except me, because I've never cared for Luvdisc. But its evolution I'm fairly proud of. I had the idea when at a pet store and I saw those beautiful betta fish that look like dancers and fighters, and what do you have to do for love? Fight for it. I'm a lover, not a fighter and all that. So I had my idea and set forth on the Luvdisc Evo, Better Love. I wanted to try and combine the idea of Luvdisc, a flamenco-esque dancer, and a betta. It would look quite live, with most of the body being sort of that long betta tail, nice and flowing. At first the expression was nice, but I wanted to show that this thing was ready for a scrap, to fight for its love. I'm really happy with the 4 love hearts intersecting and making the pattern in the middle. It's more hearts, it's Luvdisc Plus. Also, it's funny, it looks like it's kind of doing a Mr. Burns excellent. Better Love, the passion Pokemon. A water and fighting type. Luvdisc evolves into Better Love by giving it a heart stone. Luvdisc that have both loved passionately and lost their loves tragically evolve into Better Love, their personality reflected by this. A specialized stone formed of powerful love can also be used to induce evolution. Better Love is a powerful fighter, able to box and move swiftly around opponents. It loves nothing more than fighting other Better Love, and are best left to their own distinct territories in the wild. When Better Love wants to show its affection, it will twirl around passionately, its tail looking like a dancer's dress flowing like water. Better Love's abilities are Swift Swim and Dancer. Cacturne is the cutest, and boy howdy am I glad James never evolved it. Don't get me wrong, Cacturne is kinda cool, I just find it far too awkward. It's got like that Jeepers Creepers vibe going. One thing I like about cross-gen Evos is how much they change from the original vision. So for Cacturne's evolution, I decided to turn into sort of an outlaw cactus. Sort of the partner to the Maractus redesign I did. Because I knew what I wanted to do with the face, I started there. It would only have one eye and a smoking mouth, but the body was a struggle. I didn't know if I wanted a larger body, or sort of closer to Cacturne's body. I did something I saw other artists do and did a silhouette painting for this one, and it worked out rather well. I wanted a sort of dried up poncho and the more funky looking desert cacti for arms, as a replacement for a sort of 6-shooter. I really enjoy how menacing Cacturne looks, even if it is a bit dark it loses an eye. I also wanted less mouth holes, kind of to look like it has bullet holes instead of a mouth. For colours, I opted for drier colours compared to Cacturne to look like it's aged more. This turned out pretty much exactly how I was envisioning it. Cacturne, the Deadeye Pokemon, a dark and grass type. Cacturne evolves into Cacturne by beating another Cacturne at noon. Unlike Cacturne, Cacturne begins its hunt at noon, and once it spots prey it will fire a specialized needle from the tip of its arm. The needle quickly drains a target of its moisture till they're too weak to move. The specialized liquid they use to fire the needle is a micro-explosion within Cacturne. Instead of damaging them, water stored in the body quickly staunches the explosion, and the smoke seeps out of the holes in their body. Cacturne disappears for days to an unknown location to regrow their fired spikes and to feed. Cacturne's abilities are Sand Veil and Water Absorb. LGM and BEM are some top tier designs. They're weird and quirky, but kind of whatever in terms of usability. I'll be honest, literally everyone here has thought of UFO evolution for BEM, but I really think my one is kind of cute in a weird way. And also it utilizes the Violet Paradox motifs of these sparkly bits. My idea was to imitate the general shape of the classic UFO saucer design, the top part being the head and some really silly little legs dangling down from below. And I really wanted some long liquid arms that it could create that would include their funky little finger bits. I decided Steel type for UFO with the Psychic type, and being a special attacker it'd be a force to be reckoned with. I went for the bluish colour because LGM is a greenish, BEM is a reddish, so it kind of makes sense for UFO to be blue. I thought about maybe adding some little eyes to the finger to look like little aliens, but I went against it as it deviated a bit from the previous two Pokemon. UFO, the flying object Pokemon, a Steel and Psychic type. You can evolve BEM into UFO by beating 6 Miltank at night. UFO are so rare that many believe it isn't actually an evolution to BEM. This is due to it usually only coming out at night and being quite photosensitive. It stays folded up in flight mode, moving in fast and jerky movements. Then when disturbed it elongates and unfolds its long strange arms, the 3 fingers flashing in strange patterns that only Pokemon of its line understand. Standing underneath UFO has a strange low gravity effect. They use this to steal Miltank. We don't exactly know why. UFO's abilities are Synchronize and Levitate. Oh, and here's a little extra form that it would be in outside of battle, the flight form. Then during battles the arms would sort of slurp out with the leggies. Bit of a theme here, but I love Chingling and Chimecho, but they're underutilized. Sorry pure Psychic types, Game Freak kinda hates you. My idea for their evolution, however, was Chimecho enhanced. I wanted those nubbin bits on Chimecho to instead become the flowing chime parts from Chimecho. And a little lad up there, sort of Chingling forming. See, I love these parts on Chingling, so I wanted to add in these awesome long hand braid things. I wanted to give it the dragon type too. It gives me sort of ancient Chinese or Japanese draconic power vibes. Even the colours are pretty much the same as Chimecho, but I guess that goes to show how awesome I find the design that I didn't want to go too overboard or change too much. It's bigger, more powerful and majestic. I'm not fully sold on the name for it. If you have a good name for its evolution, comment down below. Quiling, the Cacophony Pokemon, a dragon and Psychic type. Chimecho evolves into Quiling by beating 20 Pokemon while holding a sound item like Shell Bell or Metronome. Kept around homes thought to be plagued by ghosts, Quiling provides protection whenever it chimes and provides a soothing effect to any that hears it. The small extra head on top provides a synchronized noise that is said to break off and become a Chingling once it learns its own sound. You can sometimes see Quiling letting the breeze take them wherever, making a beautiful faint chiming noise as they drift by. When enraged, they let out a discordant sound like a dragon's roar. Quiling's abilities are Serene Grace and Levitate. So for our final evolution, I wanted to do Spinder. Oh, I love them. The way it moves, the uniqueness of the spots. I don't quite know if it's a regular panda or a red panda, but either way I love it. I couldn't decide on which way to make it look. I sort of settled on a little bit of an approach towards a drunken master, but also sort of a berry fermented stupor of a Spinder. But where would they keep their fermented berry and berry juices? Well, in their spun up tail, of course. Normal fighting type would have worked, but instead I opted for normal poison type, so it didn't go with our red panda friend Beware. As I drew it, I knew I wanted to keep the basic shape of Spinder, maybe a bit chunkier and some unkempt fuzz all over. The swirly tail bunched up to give it this fun, stocky silhouette. And yes, I gave it swirly pad and toe beans, that's where all the spiral power comes from when an open palm slaps you. The colours I started with are purple at the tail tip that slowly returned to the basic Spinder colour. I think there'd still be the unique spot patterns like Spinder, except the tail would stay the same. Maybe there could be different spot colorations with some areas being purple instead of red. 10 billion more combinations, why not? Statistically, I changed Spinder's 60 stats all around to 90. It's a jack of all trades, and honestly I'd use this Pokemon all the time. Uzunda, the Spiral Pokemon. A normal and poison type. Spinder evolves into Uzunda by using Dizzy Punch and Teeter Dance 10 times each. Uzunda has a special tail that ferments berries that it drinks feverishly. It has a strange effect on it that causes Uzunda to move about in wavy and confusing ways. During battle, Uzunda is an unpredictable fighter, sometimes damaging opponents simply by turning around too fast and smacking an enemy with its tail. When not fermenting berries within their tail, it will unfurl it, which it can use as a massive extra hand. The purple coloration of Uzunda's tail is due to the berry juice within staining it. Uzunda's abilities are Own Tempo and Tangled Feet. Whew, and 5 Pokemon now, even bigger and grown up. I love doing these sorts of videos. What do you think of the Pokemon here? Comment down below your favourite and tell me if you'd like to see me do more videos like this in the future. As always, like and subscribe if you haven't and want to see more, and share with fellow Pokemon lovers as well. Next video we're going to Astara and to our first real dungeon. You'll meet new Pokemon there, and you'll also meet the next Beast Paradox Titan battle. So till next time, stay safe and I'll see you in the next video.